Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. It is episode 2 of voicing over my budget video. I'm pretty sure we know what's wrong with the mic now, and it's the cord. It seems like my cat might have gotten to the cord, so we'll be buying a new one at some point. Oops. But yes, so hopefully the voiceover actually works because it's the same mic that we're using, but I think we can be able to fix things a little bit easier like this. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at any transactions that I've had up until this time and then assign the last paycheck that I received, which was on the 15th a couple days ago. And I left it for a little bit longer because I'm not going to do a second video for a quick update because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in New York, so I probably won't have a chance to do it. For the first checking account, the only thing is that last transaction there from my brother. It was in groceries, but it actually belongs to the Escape from Reality travel category because that is his portion for the Empire State Building tickets and the Central Park Zoo tickets. And then with the venture, there wasn't too much in here. We had the lamp thing. We had, oh no, that's not the lamp. Those are the light bulbs. Those are the light bulbs that I got for the lamp after I returned the ones from IKEA. Got a few things at the grocery store, made a card payment, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 pendings. I believe it was 2 pendings, yes. The first one is wellness. I'm trying to set up my dad kind of for success this weekend that I'm gone, simply because this will be the first time that I'll not be close enough to come back if I need to. Usually I go traveling to visit my boyfriend. He's like 2 hours away. So it's a lot easier to come back. This time I'm taking a plane out of the state. So a little harder for me to be able to like hop on one and come right back if anything happens. So in getting myself ready for travel and getting things I need and packing up, I'm also making sure that he's got what he needs here as well, that my sisters are set up for success to take care of my dad, and then I don't have to worry too much about it. So I did also get myself some food. It was the 18th on Monday. I don't even remember right now. Yeah, I think it was Monday. I don't know why, but that day was so busy. I worked the full 8 hours, but I was also in and out running errands, getting things online, as you can see, and doing all sorts of other things. And once I was able to log off work, I still went out and ran a couple more errands. And we got rained on really badly. So actually, one of the things I wanted to do then didn't get done, which I still haven't done it, and I only have tomorrow left. So I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. For the Sapphire, so Wally Park is a off-site parking company. There's a bunch of them around airports and stuff. And I was looking at a lot of different ones to try to get a good deal because parking on site at the garages in the airport would have been roughly $120, give or take. And I really didn't want to spend that much. And this company was having a summer discount, so I went with them. Honestly, it didn't matter which one I looked at. They all had good and bad reviews. So at that point, I was just going by cost. It did seem that the good reviews outweighed the bad ones, and the bad ones tended to not be like huge things for me. Mostly just on the topic of the timing of their shuttles to either take you to the airport and bring you back. So we're just going to make sure we get there early enough that if they're behind, we'll still get to the airport in time to do all the security and TSA stuff and checking in and waiting for the flight. A couple of grocery things. Actually, some of these are not even grocery. This first one here for $174, that is a wrong amount. It's, I think, 154. Yeah, 154 and 85. And it's actually cleared. So go ahead and reconcile that. Yep, that's what I did. I reconciled it. And these are still pending in the account, or at least they were last time I looked. I haven't looked today, so they might already be cleared. But that $6.98 is groceries, and then the other two is actually clothing. It's from the same place. One of them I bought in store, and the other one, the colorway that I wanted was not in stock in store, but it was in stock online. So I figured, let me buy it online because I really want it. And that's what I did. So I got a shirt and I got a dress. And that dress will be my walking around dress on the day that we're just going to walk around Times Square and window shop and things like that. And then for the Freedom Card, we have a couple of things here. So the IKEA purchases and then the refund. Just gonna go ahead and clear those. And then you can see the tickets for the Empire State Building, as well as for the Wildlife Conservation Society. That's the Central Park Zoo. And covering those with the Escape from Reality category. For some reason, I'm not sure why, but in this card, I think it happens a lot. Things hide after I clear them. And I don't understand why that happens. So I have to view all and then reset it again. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. The vet insurance and I believe that's the last grocery store purchase for the first half. And then the Amazon $12.50. Oh yes, those are shorts for under the dress because I want to be comfortable, and I figured shorts underneath would like make me feel a little more comfortable and things like that. So that's what I got. Fun fact, they're still not here yet, and they have until tomorrow, Thursday, to get here. So we'll see how that goes. And then the last pending thing here is the vet discount. So I went ahead and just popped that in. All right. So going back into the budget, there are 7 overspends. A lot of these did have to do with the fact that I was spending on the new paycheck without having assigned the new paycheck out. So the way that I assigned it for this one is I actually had my yearly budget plan on my tablet, and I went through because I wanted to see if it would actually work. Every couple of months, I like to check it just to make sure that it's working correctly. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. And I went through just down the line, didn't use my little filters that I have there, just down the line, adding the totals the way that they were written in the annual budget. So for the savings, I wanted to put $420. It's still under from what it says I need to be putting in to reach the 4,000, but it's going to get there. It's going to get there. It's definitely very, very heavy in the last 3 months of this year. And I'm hoping that if I have anything left over this month and next month, I can just move that over to savings and then lessen how much I'm sending. Because, it's the Christmas holiday as well. So I don't want to overextend myself too much. So any little bit that I can send before like November and December hits, I think would work really well to reach the 4,000, just a little bit simpler, a little bit easier. Along with making sure that everything was kind of working, I of course went through and cleared the overspends as they were coming up. One good thing I'm very, very happy about is the first half for the groceries, under by $6. I know $6 doesn't seem like a lot, but if everyone remembers, back in January, I was putting $500 away for this, and now we're at $450. My goal is definitely to, at the start of next year, be at $400 for the month. I don't know if I would be able to go any lower than that. Would be great, but I don't think realistically that would work very well. I've already spent a little bit into the second half. I did the full grocery shopping and a couple of small things. I do have to go out tomorrow and get a few more things that will end up in there, but it should not eat up those $60 that are still left for the second half. I think I end up putting a little bit more in Escape from Reality. Right now I have $250 in there, And I think with the way that the budget worked out, I was able to clear everything. Some of these I actually under cleared. So the 5-star Michelin, I had actually set aside 150 in the budget. And because I'm leaving relatively soon, I don't foresee buying anything else that would go into that one. Anything that we buy at New York for food is going to go to the travel fund. So I don't think we're going to spend any more. I'm not sure I'm going to put 150 every month for eating out. I kind of wanted to see where I would get to if I had a little bit of a bigger budget for that. And it seems to be that that's maybe where I need to be. I don't like it and I'd rather not be there. So I have to definitely work towards getting that a little bit lower. I will say though, my sister and I did go to the well, I don't, fancy-ish restaurant, and it was like about $80. So that did bring up that amount. So that's not a usual thing we do. But yes, I did end up putting an extra $100 into the travel category, which puts us at 350, which I think is a good amount. And I think that's around what my brother is also bringing. So between the two of us, we have $600 for food. If we want to buy anything while we're window shopping and things like that, and any souvenirs, I know we're going to the Nintendo store, so he probably will want to get something there. For wellness, I was kind of looking at what I've gotten so far for this month, just trying to see if I was missing anything, but I don't think I was. And then for the time after time, the annual fees and everything, I think that's definitely going into a good direction. For the yearly subscriptions, there's already $110 in there, which I think it covers one of the subscriptions. I'm not sure if there's one coming up relatively soon, but even if there isn't, at least I know I have one covered and I can work towards getting a second one covered. And the same thing with utilities. They're every 3 months for the water. But overall, I was pleasantly surprised that the annual budget that I've worked on myself worked. I don't know. I get a little anxious every so often. Did I put in the right numbers? Did I calculate things correctly? And I just want to make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to be. So every few months, I think I like to go through and just look at what I had set aside and kind of put it in and see if it even works with the total paychecks that are coming in. And it pretty much did. And I'm very pleased about that. I think one of the things that I talked about, yeah, there's the restaurant. I'm trying to highlight the fact that the restaurant was an outlier that I don't do very often. But also, does that even matter? Because other months, I think I've been around this and I haven't gone to a restaurant. So that's just me looking for excuses. Don't pay attention to that. I think one of the things I talked about towards the end of this that I think I am going to bring up, just because, this is real. This is my budget. This is what I work with. This is what I do. And these are my feelings about it. I am slightly anxious, just a little bit, not too much, when it comes to putting everything that I'm going to be adding into the savings, the peace of mind fund. And the anxiousness kind of comes from the fact that I think there's a month that I'm going to be sending $700. And oh yeah, I remember, this is me talking about the fact that I have enough money to get new crochet hooks so that I can actually work on my sister's and mine's blankets. Yay. But for the peace of mind fund, or the peaceful rainy days, because I did change it, I'm a little bit anxious with the amount of money that I'm going to be sending in there. And it's honestly similar to the amount of money that I was sending for the roof payments. But the big difference is that once you send it to a debt, you can't get it back. You're paying something. But sending it to another account, it's easy to still spend it. And while I've been sending and it's been going good, this is the first month that I would send a higher amount. But $400 isn't really, I'm pumped about it. it feels really good. But it's the month where I'm probably going to be sending 600 and the next month where I'll be sending 700. The numbers are really high. And one of my failings a few years ago that I've worked really, really hard to sort of not do is that I would have the money in there and I would want something, or I would feel like I would need to get something, and I'd talk myself into, why do I need to wait? I have the money. I could just replace it really fast. I mean, obviously I can't. It took more than half the year to get to $1,500. It's not something that I want to make a habit of, reaching into this fund just because the money's there. And I don't want to overextend how much I send. And while at the beginning of the year, when I first made the annual budget, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. The closer it gets to that, the more I'm sort of wary of myself falling into those bad habits. And I don't want to. So I'm going to do my utmost to make sure that what I do send to that fund doesn't get touched, unless, of course, it is an emergency, and a true emergency. Not because I want to buy something faster, not because I want to get something done quicker. If it's not an emergency, it doesn't get used. So I just have to kind of keep repeating that and just keep looking at the goal and reminding myself that I'm working towards something, towards having something that I could rely on if anything goes wrong. If anything goes wrong with the job, if anything goes wrong at home, with my health, with my dad's health, with one of the kids being my brother and my sisters, so that's something that's been on my mind, especially the closer we get to the end of the year. So I don't know. I figured when I started this, showing my budget and everything at the beginning of this year, I wanted it to be for accountability's sake. And I think just sharing a little bit of sort of my thoughts and how I'm feeling about things goes towards that, because I can talk about it and I can sort of reflect on it. And I think that helps. At least it has throughout this entire year. It has helped me talk about things and why I've spent things, and also not to focus so harshly on myself. Like, definitely acknowledge the overspends. Absolutely. And start working towards them. And it might take a little bit longer than I would like to, but I mean, look at groceries. I didn't think that I would be able to get to what we're doing right now with them, because I think at the beginning of this year, it wasn't even 500. It was a lot more. The goal was 500, but the spending was a lot more than 500. And oftentimes they would be overspent. And then slowly but surely throughout the last few months, while there have been overspends, they've been lower amounts and lower amounts. And then come this month, the first half of the month is gone and there's still $6 in there. And the second half is here. It's already the 20th. So there's only there is 11 days left of the month. And I still have $60 left in there, and I don't feel like I need to go out and buy $60 worth. I'm probably going to buy somewhere around $10 to $15 before I leave, maybe a little less, but that's about it. Everything else is here. I think I planned well enough so that I'm going to be able to leave without stressing about things. I think this is why I haven't taken a vacation. And I think this is why the kids just all decided to gang up on me and tell me to go on this vacation. Even though it wasn't mine, it was my brother's. He was just like, yeah, come with me. So I love him. I love him so much. But yeah, I think that was all I had for this one. Oh, last thing that I wanted to mention is obviously this paycheck was not including the salary increase. It might come in the last one because they did say that it was going to come in August. And this is the first paycheck of August, and the last one is on the last day of the month. But as everyone knows, I usually put that one towards the first day of the next month. So I count that one as my first paycheck for the next month. But so maybe it might come in that one. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little behind and it doesn't come until September, maybe October. They're pretty good at retroactive pay, I will say, if that happens. But at least I didn't go in and mess up my entire budget in trying to figure out how it was going to be with the new paycheck amounts and everything. Not for this month anyway. I made a bit of a plan, but I didn't save it over my initial plan. So I still have my initial plan on what it looked like. And I have like an estimate, but I'm not going off of the estimate, of course, because I don't have that money. So once that comes in, you guys will know and we'll kind of see what it comes out to. But that is all I had for today. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.